student. Today I am sending you the content of chapter 3 Advanced Feature of Word Processor part 2. In part 1 we have discussed about the Microsoft Word 2010 Windows screen, Format Painter, Superscript and Subscript features. Now in this part we'll discuss about the shadow effects, page setup, page margins and all page settings. So let's start. Chapter 3 Advanced Feature of Word Processor Part 2. In Part 1 we have discussed about the Microsoft Word 2010 Windows screen and Format Painter, Superscript and Subscript features. Now in this chapter, in this part 2, we'll discuss about the applying shadow effects and the page margins and page settings. Apply shadow effects. This is a special text effect which is used to add shadow to the selected text. It gives a 3D look to the text. This shadow effects specially apply on the text. And it gives the shadow, it makes a shadow around your text and it show in a form of the 3D look. For applying it, we need to follow some steps. Step 1, select the text. As you can see in the picture also, the Sun Temple. This text is selected. So select the text and click on Home tab. And in Home tab, you just go to the font group. And from this font group you can choose the text effects. As you click on this text effects option, the second picture the number of text effects styles is given. You can choose any style for your text and click on it. So that shadow effects will appear on your text. Header and footer. Header and footer are the areas on the top and the bottom margin of each page in a document. As we insert the number of page in the document, so header appears at the top and footer appears at the bottom. As you can see in your computer book also, at the bottom side the computer 5 is written and page number also given with it. So this is a footer part. And header part, if it appears at the top, it is header. For example, you can insert text matter, you can insert the numbers, you can insert the graphics in the header and footer. As you can show page number, date, file name on the header and footer. To insert a header, you need to follow some steps. As step 1, click on Insert tab. In the Insert tab, you just go to the header and footer group. In this header and footer group, you will get a option header, which is showing in the picture also. You can see this is the header, which appears at the top of the page. As you select this header option, a gallery appears. Choose the style of your choice. As you can see, as in the first tab, click on Insert tab. In the step 2, click on the header option. As you will click on this header option, it will open a gallery of the different header styles. You can select the style whichever you want to apply on your header. As we have selected the second title one, so just select this and after it, now start writing the text matter which you want to show on this header, and you can mention the year also because year column is also given here, so you can mention the year with it. And if you want to close this header part, you can click on the close header and footer option which is coming here. You can see in the picture also. From the close group, and the design tab. Same as if you want to insert the footer in your page, just click on insert tab, header and footer group, and now you can choose the footer option. And a gallery appears with the different styles. You can choose the style according to your choice and just type the text which you want to show on the footer part, and then you can close the header and footer. Now you can see in the picture also, in the step 1 click on insert tab, in the step 2 click on footer, because we want to insert the footer now. And the styles gallery will appear. You can choose the style in which you want to show the footer part, so you can select the style from this gallery, and after it the style will show on your document. You write the text whichever you want to show here. As you want to write some number, you want to write some text on it, so you can write it here. And after it you need to close the header and footer option. So you will get the button close header and footer at the corner of this window. You can click on it to close the header and footer window. You can see in this picture also, as close header footer button, it's a corner one. You can click on it to close header and footer, and that your footer will appear in this way. As you can see at the bottom, the page number 1 is given and the EVS chapter name is mentioned on it at the left side. As you can see, the entire page will look in this way, because header we have inserted in the with the brown color, with the brown background, and here with the green. This style we have selected for the header, so this will appear at the header part, and the text which you have written on this header, this will appear at the top in this bar. Okay, and the footer which appear at the bottom of the screen. You can see bottom of the page, and here it will show the page number, because we want to mention the page number on the footer part. Okay, and write the chapter and the subject also with it. It's up to you what matter you want to show on the footer on a header. So you can see the header and footer in this picture. Footnote and endnote. Footnote and endnote are inserted in a document to explain the comment or provide the reference for the text in a document. Footnote is a place at the end of the page in a document, and endnote is a place at the end of the whole document. Now you just see that what is the difference between the footnote and endnote. Footnote appears at the end of page. Footnote appears at the end of the page, and endnote appears at the end of the document. In a one document we can insert number of pages. In one document we can insert number of pages, and this endnote appears on a whole document, and footnote appears on each page of the document. You can see here also the separate, as this is the picture of this footnote and endnote. Here the number 1 reference mark. As you want to give the reference and in the regarding to that reference you want to write something text for it, so you can use this. You can see the separator line which is given here, and you can mention the footnote text. And here in the second picture you can see the endnote text which appears at the end of the document, and the separate line also given with it. So this footnote appears at the end of the page, and endnote appears at the end of the whole document. A footnote or an endnote consists of two parts: note reference mark and the corresponding note text. It's having the two parts: note reference, as you want to give the reference to it and you want to write something text regarding to it. For this, these two parts is the footnote or the endnote. The note reference mark is placed next to the word in a document, and the separator line separates the main letter from the footnote and endnote text. We can explain it by the picture also. You can see how we can insert it. To insert a footnote, we need to follow the steps. As place the cursor where you want to insert the footnote for the reference. Click on the references tab, and from this footnote group, you can choose the insert footnote option. Word insert the note reference mark and the place the cursor in the text area of the footnote. Wherever you have inserted the place the cursor, at that place the note reference mark will appear. Enter the text that you want to show on the footnote. As you can see in the picture also, the Babbage. The Babbage text is written here. We want to give the reference tab, and we want to give this text regarding to it also at the end of the page. So we can place the cursor near this Babbage text and go to the reference tab. After this reference tabs, click on the insert footnote. As you will click on it, you will see the picture. As you can write, he is also known as father of computer. So this is the text which belongs to this person, which is the name is written in this Babbage. This is a Charles Babbage. So this one is indicating the note, the reference mark, the reference text is given related to it. As we'll move to this, we can get this number 1 is indicating he is also known as father of computer. So we can give the text for this particular reference. Applying column formatting. You must have noticed that a newspaper has columns. Now in this, you see that three different columns are here in this picture. You can apply columns formatting to your text in Microsoft Word. To apply the column formatting, you need to follow some steps. Select the text that you want to format in a column. You just need to select the text. If you have already written, so you just select the text in which the format you want to convert into the column format. And after that, click on the page layout tab, and the page layout tab, go to the page setup group, and from this page setup group you can choose the column option. Choose the number of the columns you want. As you want 2 columns, 3 columns, 4 columns, you can choose from here, and that columns the text will break in between number of 3 or 2 or 4 columns. The selected text get divided into the specified number of columns. You can see in the picture also, I have not written any text here, but I just want to make the column before it. So just go to the page layout tab, and this page layout tab, page setup group will appear. In this page setup, you can choose the column option, and this column, as you will click on this column option, it will show how many columns you want in it. 2 columns, 1 column, 3 column, and left and right also, and more columns if you want, you can click on this more column option. As you will choose the 2 columns, your window will divide into the 2 columns. You can see here also the margins, and you can write the text in it. Inserting column break. Now, as I told you that we can insert the columns in it as we want to switch from one column to the another. How we can do that? For this we need to insert the column break. Column break indicates that the text following the column break will begin in the next column. As you are on the first column and you want to switch to the next column, so you need to perform the column break. To insert the column break, you need to follow some steps. As click before the text from where it is to be shifted to the next column. If you have already written the text, you need to be follow these steps. Okay, as after one line, after one text, you want to shift it to the next column. So just place the cursor on that position and go to the page layout tab, and from the page setup group, click on the break option. In that break option, you choose the column break. As you can see here, first you have to select the columns. Two columns we have selected already. Now we want to break it in the two forms, so it will appear in this way as the team A and team B. As you want to show in this way, so you just need to be click on the column break to switch from one column to the another. Inserting page break. Just like a columns, we also insert the page breaks in our document for shifting some text to the next page. As you have written the two paragraphs in a one page, and one paragraph you want to shift to the next page. So after the first paragraph, you place the cursor, and after it, just go to the page layout tab in the page setup group, and this page setup group, click on the break, and now you can choose the page break. So where the cursor is positioned, from that it will shift the second paragraph to the next page. That means the page will break from that position where the cursor is placed. As we have written a one paragraph, after that we want to insert the new page. We want to change the break the page from here. So just place the cursor in that position, go to the page layout tab, page setup group, and this page setup group you can choose the break, and in that break the list will appear and you can select the page. So the page will you will get a new page at the cursor position. Insert line break. Line break can be inserted anywhere in the document for starting the new paragraph. For this, we need to place the cursor from where we want to shift the paragraph. For inserting the line break, place the cursor. Cursor is a vertical line which shows on the document. You need to place the cursor at the position where you want to insert the line break and press the enter key. As you will press the enter key, you will shift to the next line. Setting page margin. How you can set the page margin, and before that we want to know what is the page margin. Page margin refers to the blank space around the edges of the page. As you know, the top in your copies also you see that top margin comes, and the bottom margin also, left margin also comes. So as how we can set the margins in the computer documents. So the spaces seen on all four sides of the page is called top margin, bottom margin, left margin and right margin. All the text and images are inserted inside the margin. Only in the margin area, that margin inside the margin, the text and the images will insert. To set the margins, we need to follow some steps. Step 1, just go to the page layout tab. In the page layout tab, just go to the page setup group, and in this page setup group you can select the margin option. As you will click on it, you can set the different margins. Like left margin, you can see the picture. This is the left margin which is showing by arrow, and this is the top margin which you see the gray line. This is top margin, and this bottom margin and the right margin. So you can set the page margins by this margin option. As you will click on this margin, you can see then the picture also. Step 1, click page layout tab. Step 2, click on this margin option. as you will click on this margin, the some margins is set by the word, so that is showing here. If you want to get the wide, it will be the top margin will 1 inch, bottom margin also 1 inch, left margin 2 inch, and the right margin 2 inch. These are the already set the margins, and default the normal margins comes. Normal margin from the top, from the bottom, from the left and right, only 1 inch gap. 1 inch margin is given from the top, bottom, left and right. As you want to change it, you can select, as we have selected the wide one. In the wide, top margin will be 1 inch, bottom margin 1 inch, left margin will be 2 inch, and the right margin will be 2 inch. So you can choose the margins according to your requirement. Setting page orientation. Orientation means the layout position of the paper for printing. How you want to keep your paper, this is known as orientation. There are two ways to set the orientation of the page in the Microsoft Word document: portrait and the landscape. Portrait and landscape. In the portrait style, you see that in picture also, this is a fun portrait style. In that portrait style, the length is more and the width is less. And in landscape style, the width is more and length is less. So you can set your page according to this also orientation, portrait and the landscape. Default, your page appears in the portrait style. As you want to change it in the landscape way, so to set the page orientation, you need to follow some steps. Click on the page layout tab, page setup group, and from this page setup group, click on the orientation. And from this orientation, you can choose the landscape, because portrait is default. As you are on the landscape, you can switch to the portrait also. So your text will appear in this way. Your text document will show in this way, as a portrait in the first picture and the landscape in the second picture. You can see here also, as just go to the page layout. In the page layout, in the tab 2, click on the orientation and choose the portrait or landscape. Setting paper size. You can change the paper size of the document. By default, the paper size of the Microsoft Word is a letter size. It comes as a 8.5 inch multiplied by 11 inch. It is according to the yours Word 2010. To change the page size of the document, we need to follow some steps. As click on the page layout tab, and from this page setup group, you just choose the option size. In that size, you can set the paper size according to your requirement. Select the required paper size from the available option. The paper size of your document changes accordingly. Sometimes we use the small paper as the letter, the envelopes, and also we print. So we can choose the size of the paper according to our requirement. Working with tabs. Tabs are defined as the position in the Word document of the cursor jump. As you know, the cursor, as we press the space bar key, cursor moves very slow one by one. As we want to shift the cursor directly from one position to the given gap, so we just use the tab key. Tab key, the key which is available on your keyboard. We can use that tab key for this, giving the tab in between. So these tabs are defined as a position in the Word document of the cursor jump. When we press the tab key using the keyboard, by default the tab stop are set at every 0.5 inch gap between the left and the right margin. Whenever you press the tab key from your keyboard, you will get the 5 inch gap from the left side. or the right side. We can also set the tab stop according to our requirement. To set the tab stop in the document, we need to follow some steps. First, you click on the Home tab. In Home tab, go to the Paragraph group. In this paragraph group, you can click on the paragraph group launcher. You can see the button of the launcher. As you will click on it, that paragraph dialog box will appear, and choose the tab button from it, and the tab dialog box will appear. You can see here in the picture. First, you just go to the Home tab. In that Home tab, the paragraph group. In the paragraph group, the launcher is given. This is the dialog box launcher of the paragraph 1. You just click on it, this launcher button. The paragraph dialog box will appear, as you can see here. In this dialog box, you just click on the tab button. In this tab, as you click on this tab button, this dialog box will appear. Here you can set the tab stop position. That means when you press the tab key from the keyboard, the cursor should move from 1 inch from the current position to the 1 inch, current position to the 1.5 inch. You can set the tab stop position from here. You can write it here. And you can set it as for the left also, for the alignment. You can set it for the center also. You can set it for the right also. From the right side, when you press the tab key, the cursor should move from right 1 inch gap like this. You can set here. In the decimal form and in the bar form. That means when it moves, it show a bar. Okay, and you can give the ladder also. When the cursor jumps, it should make any line. If you don't want that any line, so you can choose the none. If you want that dots line should come, you can select the number 2. Number 3, if you want the dash there, so you can select the 3rd. And if you want that underscore lines, so you can select the 4. You can choose the 4. So when the cursor will jump as given position, it will draw this dotted lines, it will draw dashed line, it will draw the underscores line. If you have selected the none, that means it will not draw any line, only the cursor will jump to the tab stop position. Indenting text. The space or the distance between the text boundary and the page margin is known as indentation. You can set this by dragging indent from the ruler bar. To add the indentation, we need to follow some steps. Select the paragraph which is to be indented. Then go to the Home tab. Click on the increase indent or the decrease indent. It depends on you. You want to increase the indent or the decrease the indent. These both options are available in the paragraph group. Increase indent, it will shift the paragraph towards right, and decrease indent, it will shift the paragraph towards left. You can see in this picture also the paragraph which is written here at the left side, there is more margin is given. If we want to reduce this one, we can shift by the ruler bar. In the ruler bar, you will get the option as pointer. You just shift it to the left side, so margin will be less from the left side. You can see in the picture also, after the indentation decrease, it's showing in this way. If you want to increase it, you shift it to the right side, then it will be increase.